everyone. Say hi, friends. Hi. He's like, what are we talking about? Who are we talking to, Mom? That's just your phone. That's weird. Hi, you guys. It has been 2 months since we did an update. I was late on the 6-month update, and then Mackenzie had the brilliant idea to just combine them. She's like, Mom, why don't you just do 6 and 7 months rolled into one since so much happened anyway? And I was like, this is a brilliant idea. So he is actually 8 months old today upon filming this. And so we're just going to recap. I wanted to wait until the end of the 7th month and do a full recap of all of 6 months and all of 7 months for you guys. So any other moms out there who have a baby similar age and you want to know like what other babies are up to, or just chat with me about what your baby is doing, these videos are just for fun, just for me to look back on and see what he was doing at this age. It's nice to be able to like see where Grayson was too with videos like this and see where he falls. He's so excited. Very busy boy, as you can see. So we have had so many changes in the last 2 months. So he went from like sitting and me still being like, oh, please don't fall over and everything at month 5 to he is fully crawling and pulling up to stand and crazy dancing. Oh, you threw your passy. Oh no, what happened? You don't care. Okay, so yes, he started crawling. So he started crawling, what, 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago now, at about 7.5 months. He was like kind of scooting around, and then he was getting up and like starting to get in crawl position. He started to get in crawl position at 6 months. He all of a sudden started being able to roll over onto his tummy, like flip from his back to his tummy, and then sit up from that position. And that's when we were like, okay, crawling is going to happen soon. Would you like that back? And after he figured out, he was kind of bear walking for a minute, and he was like just that one leg, he was just figuring out how to stick that one knee under him. And as soon as he figured that out, he just had it. And now he crawls everywhere. He's very busy. And I think the night he started crawling, the afternoon he started crawling, that evening, he pulled himself up to stand for the first time on one of his toys. And now he's pulling himself up everywhere. He pulls himself up on the crib. He pulls himself up on chairs. He pulls himself up wherever he can. So that also means that we're running into, it is like that, it's the baby bruise time where, I don't know if you can see, he's got some little shiners on his forehead. Because with pulling up, when you're not super steady on your feet yet, oh, he's like, and of course when crawling, like he'll bunk into the bottom of a kitchen chair or something, just not looking because he's not aware of his surroundings yet. So it has been very adventurous, but it has been so much fun. He's just on the move, which is why these videos have been harder to film, because Mama's just busier now. He loves to dance and jump around. He started eating so much food over the last 2 months. I said he was a foodie baby, and like I just knew that he wanted to eat sooner than my other kids did, and that has not changed. He wants to eat everything we are eating. I had said I was going to try and avoid grains for the first year because I did that with Mackenzie, and I prolonged them for longer with Grayson. There's no stopping this kid. He just eats everything in his path. He wants to eat all the things, so we're just going with it. I'm just making sure I cook really nutrient-dense, healthy meals for the family, and he's just eating what we're eating because he's there. He's like, give me the food. Thank you. Give me all the meals you're eating. I would like to participate in. He gets mad if he doesn't eat. He expects breakfast in the morning. He expects dinner, like he wants to eat. He got a tooth. So both of my other kids got their first teeth at 6 months. He got his at 7. So he officially has a tooth and a half. The other one is starting to come through. He's got one of the bottom teeth is like almost fully through. It is fully through. It's all the way up. I just don't know if it's like all the way up. But it's like, yeah, maybe it is. It's white. It's a happy little tooth. I haven't been bitten yet, thankfully. He's not really biting with it, so that's good thus far, but I'm sure that will change. Hey, are you happy? You're just going to show everybody how excited you are? You don't jump around too much. You just ate yogurt. You just ate yogurt. You might Ralph. His spitting up has decreased a lot since he started solids and like really eating, so that's been very nice. He doesn't really spit up too much now. We don't have to carry a burp cloth with us anymore, so that has slowed down as his digestive system is maturing. He is constantly just moving on the go. He wants to dance. He wants to do all the things. Oh, you want to rock? Silly mommy, we're in the rocking chair. That's what he's doing. We're in the rocking chair. Wee! Wee! He is such a joy. You are such a joy. You are. He's just the happiest little guy. Teething wasn't bad. I didn't actually really notice he was teething this like for a little bit, and then it was like kind of rough with sleep. It interrupted his sleep for a few nights, and then we were back to normal. So he's still a great sleeper. Right now we are working on daytime independent sleep a little bit more because we're going into a homeschool time. Back to school is just around the corner. So we are working on, he's also dropping a nap. So he went from like 4 naps to like 3 naps, and now we're kind of slowly dropping to 2 already. So in like 6, please, you hear my breath jumping over. So he went from like, at 6 months he was doing 3 naps, and now we're kind of like sometimes 3 naps. Like today will probably be a 3 nap. Maybe. Yeah. But we're kind of working our way down to like a morning and an afternoon nap. And he's sleeping awesome at night. So we're just kind of getting into our routine for fall. And he's sleeping really good. He's always been a better night sleeper than day sleeper, which I'm okay with. But yeah, we're working on some more like independent like naps in the crib now. I put him to sleep and then put him down. And then that first chunk of sleep at night where I put him down at like 7, and then I'll bring him to my bed when I go to bed around 11. So that's kind of the thing we're working towards right now, and that's going well. He's got lots of baby friends. And he has lots of play dates. Right? What do you want? You want to touch it. I know. Do you want to play with Big Panda? Hi, Big Panda. He has just grown leaps and bounds. He's obviously huge. He's wearing like 12 to 18 months mostly right now. Some 9-month stuff fits him. Again, literally just turned 8 months today. So a very large lad. He is saying several words now. I think he has about 5 words, and then he has some things that are kind of his own words. Where like, this is what he calls this thing. So he says mama, dada. He says dog. Loves dogs. Oh, I said dog and there's none in the room. No, they're not coming. I'm sorry. He says eat. I'm pretty sure he says eat. And he says hi. You say hi? You say hi? He started clapping. I put that on my Instagram stories if you follow me on Instagram. Just out of nowhere, just started clapping one night. And he has several signs. So we do baby sign language. I've done this with all my babies. I did it with the original Rachel. Rachel Coleman from Baby Signing Time is how we started our sign language journey. I knew basic sign language growing up. I learned when I was like a young teenager, preteen. It's always something I've been interested in. And so teaching my babies sign language has always been something I love, like not fully, but just for basic things, because it develops their language so much faster. My other 2 kids were talking like full conversations by like 2, and they all had very, very rapid word development. Oh, are we getting fussy or are we just so excited? I can't tell. A little bit of both. A little bit of both, yeah. So he can his first sign was milk, and he signed milk at 6 months. Same with the other 2. That was their first sign too. Yeah. And now he signs milk. He claps. Oh, what? He signs all done. He's working on signing more. He signs dog. Dog, he started signing before he said dog. Dog. They're not here. See, every time I say it, he's like, where? They're not in here, sorry. What else does he sign? I'm trying to think. We haven't really been working on waving with him, but I think that's the next thing we're gonna tackle. Hey, are we gonna start waving? Hi. Yeah. So, very clever little boy. I think the word developed with baby signs, it just like helps increase their communication, which just makes them easier to communicate with, and so it makes it easier to meet their needs faster. So that's been really nice. He kind of went, well, he didn't kind of, he went through a pretty big stranger danger stage between at the end of 5 months and into 6 months, and that was tough because even like a lot of times even daddy was like not acceptable, only mommy. So now he's grown out of that and he loves people again, and for the most part, unless it's somebody like we don't see very often, he's super happy to see everybody, like all of our friends that we see weekly. He's just like there's no shyness, no nothing. Loves daddy again. I had to attend a birth this month, and so I left him for the first time ever, and he did really, really good. I've never left one of my kids this young before. So what we did was, I talked more about it in a couple vlogs ago, maybe in the last vlog. But what we did was I nursed him, and then I went, thankfully, just down the street. And then Cody brought him to me 2 hours later, and I nursed him again. And then he gave him 1 bottle of my pump milk, and then he brought him to me at like 8 p.m. and I nursed him and wore him for the rest of the birth, and it was really good. Still very much nursing, getting a little tired. I'm just trying to squeeze this video in when I can, but I think he's starting to get tired and ready for his second nap maybe. So yeah, he's still nursing just as much as he was. He nurses all day and all night, and then eats so much food. So I think that's why he's so giant, right? You're a large lad, is what Dad calls you. Right, a large lad. But he's doing great. He's growing wonderfully. He's just such a joy, such a light. He's just always laughing and smiling. Yeah, no more stranger danger with Dad. They had a great day together. He loves the water. Oh my goodness, this kid is a water baby. So he has a bath or shower every single night, and he just loves the water. He loves his friends. He's starting to really interact with his friends now and play, which is exciting. And like kind of play with the big kids. Oh, do you want me to put you down? No, because you're going to go right for that tripod. Because that's what you want. You want the tripod. I know. It's so interesting. Do you want your hairbrush? That you've kind of chewed on and ruined. That's okay. Hairbrush. He's working on his pincher grasp to grab foods, and that's been really fun. Mealtime is just a hilarious, messy event every single time. Yeah, he's doing so many things. He loves life. He's good in the car. We went through a period at about 6 months where he just wasn't loving the car very much. He would like cry, and then we get stuck on the highway. We have a really big stretch of highway. You can't really pull over on it. Anyway, when we were on that stretch, he would get really fussy, and that was hard for a little bit. But then I think we figured out that he was getting too hot in his car seat. And so we angled his overhead like air conditioner fan on his head, and that seemed to kind of stop the fussiness in the car. And now he's been doing really, really well. He just hangs out in there, and he does really good in the car. So hopefully that stays. We haven't tested it out enough where like I'm still a little bit cautious of that. Yeah, currently in, just for reference for his size, yeah, wearing about 12 to 18 months in most things, 9 months in some things depending on the brand. He's in size 4 diapers. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you about him. He's just been a happy little guy, growing, loves being outside, loves walks, loves animals. He wants to pet everything that is fuzzy, and he calls most things with 4 legs and fur a dog right now. Like, the guinea pigs are dogs. And except for, I don't know, I think he's starting to tell the difference between a cat and a dog now, because we don't see a lot of cats, but when we go hang out in our favorite little garden spot, there's Garden Cat. And so he's familiar with Cat now. And we got to see horses yesterday, and that was fun, hey? So he's just living it up. He's living his best baby life and having a good time. For me, postpartum, I've been really good. I feel really normal. I feel really like myself. My cycles are still pretty irregular, which is a first for me. It's very normal, very common. But for me personally, this is not something that I am used to. After I got my cycle back at 6 months with both my other kids, I went straight to being regular again, and that has not been the case with him. So that's been new to navigate. Ooh, especially since I would love another baby closer in age than my first two were. So that's been interesting to navigate. But besides that, like, I'm not having any more pains. My knees are feeling good. My pelvis is feeling good. Like, from that pelvic girdle pain lingered a little bit longer. But I'm feeling really, really normal now. My hormones feel super regular. I'm a little bit tired, obviously, because I've got a lot going, but I'm feeling really good. My milk supply has been great. I've been pumping for the first time this, I was going to say this pregnancy, but no, it's like this postpartum experience. I've never pumped before with my other two kids, but I'm pumping and donating this time. So I've been a little bit lazy with it over the last probably 2 months, but I'm trying to pick that back up because I just donated the majority of the last of my stash that I had stashed away, and I'm trying to like rebuild up. So that is just, I need to say, especially if you exclusively pump or have ever had a period of exclusively pumping, just kudos to you, because pumping is so much harder than nursing, and it is so different. It's like a totally different thing. It's very hard to nurse or to pump when you have a baby who is nursing, because I feel like if he sees me pumping, he gets like jealous of the pump. And so it's very complicated because you have to like, I need to relax fully to be able to get a good enough milk flow going with a pump. My body does not love a pump very much, so it's been interesting, but I love being able to provide milk to other babies and other moms, so it is important to me. So I'm going to try my best to continue pumping as long as I can. And I would like to pick it up, but I honestly don't know a lot about pumping. Like, I don't know how many bottles or like, milk bags I should be doing a day. I'm not sure. I've just been doing one every day. But I don't know like what is average. So if you are a nurser and a pumper and you pump to donate, especially, like, how many bottles are you pumping a day? Like, how many ounces are you going for a day to pump? That would be really interesting for me to know. But other than that, I really don't have anything to report. My hair stopped falling out at like 4 months. I had that big month of shedding, and then nothing, and it's totally back to normal. No more hair loss, no nothing. Feeling really good. I am under my pre-pregnancy weight now. I was imagining this was going to happen where I had plateaued because of hormonal imbalance for a very long time. And despite eating really well, tracking my macros, and working out and exercising a lot, I was just for so long I was plateaued. And I thought, I wonder if it's just the last of those hormones, and then once I have a baby, it will kind of reset me. And then nursing, 'cause I always lose a lot of weight nursing personally, so I have to like really maintain my calories to nurse. So that did in fact happen, and I lost my baby weight pretty early. Like, your stomach's still squishy no matter how much you weigh after you've had a baby. So like I went back to pre-pregnancy weight quite quickly after him, and then at about the 6 month mark I dropped more. So now I'm sitting comfortably under my pre-pregnancy weight. So that is another, I guess, update. I don't really care about how much I weigh. I don't pay that much of attention to it. I just was curious to see if that would happen, just for science purposes. So I have been like just not monitoring it, but just checking in once in a while. But yeah, I feel really good in my body. I feel really strong. I feel really healthy. I feel really nourished. I feel well rested for the most part. Any time where I'm not feeling well rested, it's usually my own fault of staying up too late. But he sleeps in still, and he does a good, he's a great little sleeper, and I'm just so blessed for it because I've got other kids and I can't just like have a nap in the afternoon or anything. I have to go do things. I have to homeschool and I have to do all the things I do. So yeah, it's been very good, but that's all I'm gonna talk to you guys about because I've been rambling for a hot minute. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you have a little one that is of similar age and you would like to tell me what they are doing, then feel free. Always remember, if your baby is not doing something that my baby is doing, or your baby isn't doing XYZ yet, that is very, very, very normal, totally normal. My babies have always so far been on the early end for everything. They've always crawled early. They've always walked early. Like both my other kids were walking at 10 months. Like it's nothing you do. It's just the kid. And I think we just have early developers because they're huge. Look how huge these babies are. So, yeah, don't compare yourself to anybody on the internet. Just a little PSA, a reminder. I'm just sharing this for fun because you guys enjoy watching them. I know I have lots of new moms out there who enjoy either seeing what their baby is going to be doing next or, oh, we see we're working on that wave. Hi. Or are you going to clap? Do you want to show them clapping? Can you show mommy clapping? No. How dare you ask that, Mom? Oh, okay. Wait, now we're getting sleepy. So we're going to go have our third nap of the day. And we will see you. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you in our next update. I will do an 8-month update. I won't be so behind. See you in a couple weeks at 8 months. See you guys. Bye. Say bye.